This is so nerve-wracking for many reasons. The first reason is just the way that we're filming right now. I'm here in Portugal. The way that I just went to the cliffs, like on the beautiful cliffside by the ocean, and brought my whole camera setup and everything. And I like got it all set up. I was like, this is gonna be a big video to make, a big talk. And then I forgot the SD card. And then I came here after I got the SD card, and then I forgot the second battery, and the first one's dead. But I'm here with Arlo and Aslan, and I can't touch the phone because of how this is my phone and just how it's balancing right now. And it's a brand new phone. That's why it's so nerve-wracking, because if it falls. Anyway, the end of an era. You guys, I don't know if any of you are going through this as well, but I think the best way to explain it, and I've been thinking about this for like a few days now before we end that phone call. Hopefully that didn't mess up the audio. But before I said these words, I wanted to like be sure that this was what it is, and I'm not sure. But I think that like after reading a little bit more about the ego and understanding like an ego death more, like I've had an ego death, so I think it's an ego death, but like I've had an ego death before, one time in a mushroom ceremony, psilocybin, and that was intense. It was like you lose your sense of like self, and you go into this completely other place, like you're in the quantum field pretty much, like in that experience at least. I was like just floating around in time and space, which was magical and beautiful and like very healing in its own. But what's happening right now is like, so the ego is, I was talking with my mom about this. So the ego is similar how like we talk about the subconscious and the nervous system all the time. Their job is to keep you safe. The ego's job is also to kind of keep you safe in a different way. It gives you an identity. Like it's meant to like give you an identity and a sense of self. And oftentimes it like builds that on wounds and like, you know, worthiness wound and like all this stuff and illusions. And it's not like, it's an interesting design. And I think it's very specific to Earth. But the past, especially week, I mean, it's been like a build up. The past week, I've just been feeling like this feeling and this calling. I'm also looking at the ocean right now, and it's just so beautiful. But with lighting, I couldn't film that way. Otherwise, I would just be a silhouette. But I've been feeling burn the boats. Burn the boats, burn the boats, burn the boats. If you know that saying, it's an American saying, I believe, but it means like, you know, go all in pretty much. Go both feet in and don't turn back, and don't give yourself the option to turn back pretty much. And so I did that when I came to Europe. I burned the boats. I got rid of almost all of my belongings. I came here with, I'm trying to remember if it was 3.5 or 2.5 suitcases. It was very difficult. It's like comical thinking back to, and this was before I started YouTube, like right before, but like getting to Italy and staying with Arlo in like this hotel in Italy. It was like such a cute first day. Like I'm really glad it was like an organic kind of place and just adorable. But it was gravel, and so I was dragging these suitcases through the gravel in the rain, like just classic American girl, like I'm gonna move to Italy. And my wheels were breaking off, and I was like so humbled. But I had burned the boats at that time. Like that's why I was so humbled, because I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like I wasn't super comfortable because I was in California and I was like working a job that was really uncomfortable for me, because I knew that I wanted to be doing something else. I wanted to be free. I wanted to have my own online presence, my own online message, my own voice, my own businesses. And I had to burn the boats in order to like actually step into that. And And I think right now I'm like in another one of those, which is, I think it's scary because the nervous system, the subconscious, the ego, they all want to keep you safe. And when you're being called to by this like higher power, by your life mission and whatnot, your intuition, God, to step into something new, it's like, well, I've already done it before. Why do I have to do it again? And it's never going to really end in our human experience. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many detours you've taken, how many side quests you've gone on. It doesn't matter how many times you said you'll stay when you should have just left. It doesn't matter how long it has taken or where you are or how many times you've done it. If you're going through a time of transformation, especially if you're initiating a time of transformation, you're doing subconscious reprogramming, maybe you're doing NŌVÉ, my app, which is live for Apple and Android, which I'm so excited about. You can go download it, try the free trial, do the intake, talk about your chosen timeline, and just get in there and have your experience, listen to your chosen timeline, story time, morning, evening, create a pep talk, create a NŌVÉ, do some guided sessions, just see the magic. But like what comes with doing this kind of work is the transformation, and then it is a bit of the ego death. It is being willing to let go of who you were before and step into the new, and let go of what is comfortable. So for me, it's like I knew I wanted to come to Europe, I wanted to travel, and I wanted to trust fall, and I wanted to document the journey. And to be like so honest, when I started sharing in Switzerland, no, we're not gonna go over there. I don't wanna knock the camera down. Come here, baby. It's just a pine cone, I think. Duchess might join us. She comes on our walk over here. You're like leaning on me, dude. Aslan. He's so funny. When I got to Switzerland and I was starting to share on YouTube, and I started doing that like competition with my dad, if you guys remember, it was like a posting every day to see who got the most subscribers until my birthday, from like New Year's Eve to my birthday, and he never posted. But it was like, I think divine guidance speaking through him, because it got me to do what I always wanted to do. But I always wanted to share like a little bit more about the journey, and I wanted to share like the unfolding. And I feel like for me, at least, that's always been like part of my calling. And when I look back at like my there's some kids walking over here. When I look back at like my childhood, I remember just being obsessed with making videos on like the new, it was like right when Apple was created, and like making videos on iMovie. And I would always make like a vlog of the year at the end of the year with music. And it was like before, or like right when YouTube was like starting to become a thing. And I wouldn't post them on YouTube. I probably should have. But like I loved that. And I love like documentary style videos. I love like following people like that. But when I was in Switzerland, I and my dad just shared something with me, which is so funny. It has 500,055 likes and 15,000 something else. So 5555, big change. I was meant to be recording this on the front camera for that to come through during this time, I think. Wow, the synchronicities. Yeah, I started sharing about being in Switzerland, but what I found was that like the way that I was traveling, and the way I still have been traveling, is I usually will stay in a place for a while and just like integrate, plant seeds, like do work, whatever. And I started just feeling so dysregulated about safety, just because of weirdos on the internet, and my own dysregulation in my own nervous system that like I had to work through, hence like getting a guard dog and everything, which I think was the right move, and I'm so grateful for you. Yes. This is not a muzzle, by the way. Everyone thinks it's a muzzle. They're called halties. They're for leash pulling, because he's very good at that. Oh, baby. We're gonna lean on each other like this. And so I stopped really like sharing, which I'm grateful I did. Like I feel like I got to create like the community of my dreams. Like you guys get me, and I'm not like afraid to say anything of my like crazy way of seeing the world. Like, I'm so grateful that it happened this way. But I started more sharing like messages and transmissions and like life lessons and things like that. And part of me was always like, I want to share the journey and the unfolding, but there was a part of me that was afraid. And being a solo female, I was like, I don't know how people do it. And just like having people, even like people tried to show up at the farm, people did show up at the farm, people showed up at the farm and didn't tell me that they already knew me. Like, it just started getting so weird in Italy. And now I think that I just have done a lot of work on myself and like worked through that, and I'm trusting that more. I also don't know, like, I'm not like making any big declarations right now. The one big end of an era is my coaching business, and so my programs, I am closing those. That was the other thing, was like, I never really, part of me was like, yeah, I need to coach and to teach, because, you know, I've gone through all these life things, chronic illness, learned how to heal the nervous system, how to reprogram the subconscious mind. I've done it like real time, multiple times with chronic illness, with travel, all these different, you know, life experiences that have led me, I feel, to knowing my craft more and more and deeper and deeper. And it's also brought me to like meeting so many wonderful people on one-on-one calls, and having amazing clients, and having amazing like feedback through all my programs, and having like thousands of people do my programs, like 21 Days to Rewire Your Mind, and 21 Days to Know Your Divine Guidance, and Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis, and 21 Days to Acne Free and Healed Regulate, which is like how I healed my chronic illness. And something in me, especially like, it's been a while now, but especially this past week, has been like, it's time to burn the butts, to close those, and to step into something new. And also to like, the energy of doing that and closing that door on those is me confirming my full faith in NŌVÉ, because NŌVÉ is a combination of like all of those, right? So like 21 Days to Rewire Your Mind is how to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's neurons that fire together, wire together. It's 21-day journey of that with a guided meditation. 21 Days to Know Your Divine Guidance. It's, NŌVÉ's not like such a spiritual app, but the chosen timeline, like at the end of each guided session, you will say, and also in your sleep NŌVÉ, if you want to add it there, and also, I'm trying to think, there's one other place where you would say it, but it's the closing statement, I forget what I called it, it doesn't matter because you guys don't see it, but it's like for my own programming side, but it's like how you integrate everything. So it's like, if this chosen time, or if this timeline is for my highest good, I choose it with my free will across all time. I don't have this part, across all time, dimensions, space, planes, and reality. Thank you, and so it is. Like, that's in there, and so there's that part of it, which would be in 21 Days to Know Your Divine Guidance. There's Regulate, which the door is in the app is literally called Regulate. Sorry, I got another call. It's literally called Regulate, and that is like the exact method in there for healing chronic illness. It's in the app, and it's personalized, and you have options to either speak out loud or to listen to your own voice about talking about your chosen timeline and going through the steps of brainer training. 21 Days to Acne Free. It's like, a lot of acne for me was working through shame. Your face, your skin is shame, for me at least. That was my story, that was the energy underneath it. And the app is designed to help you take all the undesired things and beliefs about ourselves, your limiting beliefs. You have a place in the app where you store those, and reprogram them with the chosen timeline, like learning to change your self-identity. And so of course I'm working with my therapist again now, because she like divinely was guided back into my life after she appeared in my meditation, and I was like, Source, send her back into my life if she's meant to be. And a lot of you guys would have seen that I got a sponsorship again from the platform, like literally within that 24 hours of where we first started communicating. And so like we came together again after some time of just going separate ways for a little bit for no reason at all. But we've been working on this like underneath attachment wound that I didn't realize was there, like this distrust in the divine, really. And as we've been doing that, I've been realizing like it's so connected to the solar plexus, which is your identity, which is your ego. And so I'm healing this like attachment wound, this distrust in the divine. And then what's coming online is everything that I've ever wanted for myself. And what's falling apart is everything that like kind of was just put in the like as barriers and like side quests kind of. What was the right word? Like we'll often, an example would be like, I wanted to do YouTube full time, right? And then I got to Europe and first I was doing my Etsy business and I was doing digital products, but I knew I didn't want to be making digital bouquets, which was really cool. I was making digital bouquets of like astrology flowers. Like you have an astrology flower as well as birth flowers. So I was doing astrology flowers. It was super cool. But like my actual day-to-day was like graphic designing all day. And I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I wanted to make videos. Again, like my whole life I've wanted to make videos. And documenting, really, like documenting the adventures and the journey and being like more open about that side of things, I guess. And instead of doing that, right, I was like, I'm gonna build the Etsy business so then I can create like the income and then go all in on YouTube. But that was me saying, I don't think that YouTube will be successful. I don't think that I will be successful doing YouTube. That was the story behind it. And that's what the subconscious will do, is like will tell us to not go all in. And I know that's relatable because I've worked on that like with a lot of clients before, is like doing another thing to avoid doing the thing that we know we're meant to do. We see some people. So he's like, oh my goodness, who's that? I don't think they're bad guys. The lighting right now is just wild. It's all meant to be right here. So I'm trying to like find the rest of the words for this. We're working on this like attachment wound right now, and then I'm all of a sudden like, okay, closing the program. So they're open right now if you want to like do the final or have access to the final closing sale. Yeah. Decondition is like significantly on sale. Everything is around 90%. It's like 50 to 90%, but some are even more than 90% off right now. And the other thing that I'm being like super called to, which is like terrifying, but also I have to honor it because I feel like this trust that I built with the divine is stronger than ever. That attachment wound is like something about teaching for free. Like I like free content. I like learning for free. I like following like free workouts. I really like Pamela Reif. I was really getting into like her workouts, but also just really appreciating like how she has structured her stuff. Can you, with the drools, I've been meeting a lot of people who like, I'm sorry if this is disgusting to you. I've been meeting a lot of people who don't know dogs, and just like Aslan has become such a slobbery dog, and he just like when he shakes his face, it like goes everywhere, and his hair goes everywhere, and he's dirt because we're camping. It's like so shocking to these poor, it's usually guys, these poor guys, because like they'll be like covered in slobber after, and they don't want to like, I don't know, make a scene about it. They've also been like really, I think, entertained by it too. So anyway, he's shocking to a lot of people right now. Can you sit down? They're okay. They're not bad guys. Sit back. Sit back. So the end of the era is really like that, is the coaching programs. And I think that what I'm feeling, but I don't quite know exactly how it will look yet, but I'm feeling a shift in how content will be across all platforms, really. I would really like to kind of like get more into that documenting phase of things, but still, of course, like I don't think that this side of me could ever go away, and like there will always be, if you guys have ever watched any of my vlogs before, like it always ends up having these transmissions and these downloaded messages and whatnot, and channeled messages, because that's just like who I am at this point. Aslan, come here, baby. And so thank you guys so much for all of your support and the journey so far. I think, yeah, like as I'm just like sitting here thinking about this, I'm just, part of me wishes there were more videos of like farm life in Italy, and part of me wishes there were more videos of, you know, like getting stranded in Ireland and like walking around the farm. And but again, like in all those, especially like being in Ireland all by myself, like you really have to face a fear, but also like do so safely, like not just, you know, go all willy-nilly and be like, this is my location, which I never will do, but there's a way to do it safely. Also, with the most powerful dog in the world, it helps. And there's just something that I'm planning and like kind of leaning into after Portugal, and I think like after the summer, because it's just too hot to really go anywhere yet, unless I go to Norway, which we'll see. But there's something that I'm being downloaded with and guided to, that it would be so silly of me not to share the journey of that and like document that and like take you guys on the journey of that. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments if you're also going through a bit of an ego death. Like, is this just something collectively that we're going through? And if there's anything right now, like the words that are coming through is the golden handcuff. And so that's actually interesting, because I was thinking about this speech earlier. When I left, hopefully it's not too windy, when I left the US, I had like a going away party, and I gave like a little speech at it to my friends, and part of it I had mentioned the golden handcuff, which is like, it's like this beautiful shiny looking golden thing, right, that looks so great, but it's really like our handcuff, and it's really holding us back from everything that we've ever wanted in life. And my lifestyle in California at that time was that golden handcuff. The beautiful gym I was going to, the beautiful beach walks I was going on, the ocean view from my house that I was living in. Like, it was all so wonderful, but it was my golden handcuff holding me back from the life that I really wanted. And so, yeah, if you want to share, if you have a golden handcuff that you know is kind of in your way right now, or holding you back, or like keeping you distracted from the life that you really want, let me know in the comments. Again, I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you for being with me for all the adventures, all the lessons, all the downloads. Aslan, I don't want your butt in the camera. Oh my gosh, he's so goofy. Can you not do this? The sale for the programs is linked in the description, and then NŌVÉ, if you want to try NŌVÉ. A little update on NŌVÉ. There's another person, but a little download update on NŌVÉ is that right now the next upload, which will go live like in a day, it will have the option for now, if you don't want to like listen to your own voice profile, you can do another voice until well, as long as you want, but voice profile is getting updated more and more and more. If you have an accent that is not like a native English speaking accent, I'm working on a design that will honor that more if you create a voice profile. Your slobber is so close to my face. But you always have the option to self-record, which is the most powerful option. And get ready, if you do the app, if you do any of the programs too, they're all super powerful, and they do lead to transformation, which is scary and life-changing, and you know, something I don't think you can ever really go back from. Once you change and rewire and shift your mind, you shift reality as you know it, which is a beautiful thing, and you start stepping more and more and more into who you truly are and what you were always meant to be doing and experiencing, and all the things that are actually available to you on the other side of all the limiting beliefs and illusions and distortions of truth. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new here. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. If you don't know what to say, you can put a wolf emoji. And definitely subscribe if you're new here, and if you want to like start watching the journey. I don't know what the next video is going to be. It might be like a sit down talk until I can get a new laptop because that's like part of it, which I would need to do. I just got a new phone. I think I said that yesterday in Lisbon, but I will need to get a new laptop to be able to like edit the videos because it's dying. But my van like fried all of my technology because of the way that the electricity was wired. So anyway, step by step, moment by moment. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.